This is Jim Kukrow, founder of the Author Marketing Institute, and you're listening to the Author Marketing Podcast. If you're unfamiliar with the Author Marketing Institute and this podcast, you can learn more by visiting www.authormarketinginstitute.com. We'll get to today's topic shortly, but first, a quick message. We here at Author Marketing Institute would like to welcome our latest benefactor, BookBaby, to the mix. Are you an author who's just not ready to do all the work required to publish your book all by yourself? There's a lot of steps in the process, and sometimes you'd rather just pay someone to do it for you and do it right. Enter bookbaby.com. BookBaby makes it easy to publish your book and sell it on Amazon, iBooks, Barnes & Noble, and beyond. They offer everything you need: ebook conversion, cover design, distribution, premium printed books, and more. And best of all, you keep 100% of your net ebook sales. So you pay the fee one time, and you get them to take care of all of those things for you. They'll convert your manuscript for Kindle and other platforms. They even send you a proof of it to check out first. Then they'll publish it to Amazon and all the important places for you, so you don't have to deal with it. And again, I want to make sure you understand this. You keep all the rights to your book, and they take no cut of sales, ever. Also, here's something most people don't know about because it's kind of a secret. When you sign up with bookbaby.com, you get a free 3-month trial to the Author Marketing Club Premium Member Program. So for your one-time fee, you get everything you need to get your book live and 3 months of all the tools and training at Author Marketing Club. So head on over to bookbaby.com today and get your book published. 4 long-term strategies for self-publishing. We live in an immediate gratification kind of world. When you put money or time into something like self-publishing, you probably want to see a return on investment right away. This is the way most of the world currently thinks, but unless you start thinking long-term about your business, you'll miss out on several opportunities to create a career for a lifetime. Writing a book and publishing it professionally is one step in a very long process. You can't take a look at 3 months' worth of sales and make much of an assessment on how your business will progress from there. That makes certain things like determining the value of your time spent very difficult to do. Instead of refreshing your sales stats or trying out dozens of tweaks that you read about on some blog, you should plan for the future. Here are 4 steps you can take today that will help you solidify your self-publishing pursuit going forward. Number 1, save up money for professional costs. Maybe it's the same instinct that causes us to click and buy the latest time-wasting app, but many indie authors want to put their books out there right away, whether or not the products are ready. This may take the form of a half-baked book with countless spelling and grammatical errors. It could be a cover that looks a lot less like a traditionally published book and more like an 8th grade art project. Beyond the desire for immediate results, many authors will post these doughy books because they don't have the money to make them look professional. Successful self-publishing requires an investment of both time and money. When you plan ahead, you'll end up with more of each. Consider delaying your release so that you can save up $50 to $100 a month for 12 to 6 months. Imagine what you could do with your book if you had between $300 and $1,200 in a self-publishing savings account. At the least, you could get a pretty great cover for your book. At the most, you'll be able to splurge for the cover, an edit, and maybe even your first book bub. Stocking away a little bit of money over time is a tried and true method to building up capital. This is the sort of thing that requires financial patience, but if your book looks great from the beginning, you'll be able to make a much better first impression. Number 2, create a system that works every time. Everyone's got one book in them. Unfortunately, it's rare to have success with just one book on the virtual shelves. Pushing aside your life and squeezing out that time you'll need to release your book into the world is one of the ways of doing things. The other is to set up a system that you can replicate over and over again to write more books. It may seem counterintuitive to say this, but when you write your first book, the focus shouldn't be getting the words down the page. You should concentrate on figuring out your process. Ask yourself, how can I set up my life so I can do this all over again in 3 to 4 months? It isn't about forcing a book out of yourself every so often. It's about rearranging your time to make multiple books possible. Take a lot of notes and do multiple free writing sessions to determine what works about your process and what doesn't. When you publish a book with your system in mind, you won't feel nearly as burnt out when you work on your second product. Instead, you'll be a well-oiled machine ready to work on the next project. Number 3, make a mailing list your priority. In mid-2014, Amazon KDP started showing off its new sales graph. This allowed authors to get a clean visual representation of how many books they've sold for the last 90 days. While the graph was helpful from a tracking standpoint, it likely increased the number of times authors checked their sales stats per day. It's easy to get distracted by these numbers, but when it comes down to it, your long-term efforts shouldn't be focused on sales. Even if you're doing well now, there's no guarantee that the same will be true in 3, 6, or 9 months. Algorithms change and fortune's wheels turn. Because continued success on one platform is never a guarantee, you need to funnel as much of your traffic to your mailing list as possible. Most people never change their email address. That means when you collect that contact through Aweber or MailChimp or GetResponse, you have a way to get in touch with this person forever. Compare that to social media or a recommendation on an algorithm that could drop you like a bad habit, and you'll understand why email is so important. Even if a reader loves your work, he or she may not understand why your list is so key. That's why you need to give him or her the moon to share your info. When you only have a few products, it's hard to give things away for free to get people to connect with you. But that's the thing with long-term strategies. They often hurt in the short term as they set you up for future success. Don't focus on daily sales nearly as much as you concentrate on improving your email subscription rate. Number 4, consider your books lifetime assets. There are many differences between self-publishing and traditional publishing. One of the main ones is that traditionally published books, like movies at a box office, try to earn as much as they can during the first few weeks of the release. Afterwards, they pull most of their marketing efforts for that book and concentrate on the next potential winner. The most forward-thinking self-published authors take a completely different approach. These author entrepreneurs look at their books like lifetime assets that can be exploited in many different ways. First of all, your book can continue to earn you revenue decades into the future. If your launch efforts don't go as planned, then you can try to push the book again when you have a few more in your catalog. You can also make this book into multiple products by putting it on all the major platforms, getting it translated, and turning it into an audiobook. The best thing about this is that all of these versions of your book can earn you money for the rest of time. When you have multiple books out that can each be split into dozens of different products, you will start to see the value of treating books like lifetime assets. Once again, daily sales aren't your most important tracking metric. It's a much better long-term practice to determine additional ways to package your book to generate more income over time. 5 years down the line, a short-term focus is likely to get the rug pulled out from under you. Take the thousands of Google AdSense users who had their businesses destroyed by Google's search algorithm updates. Most of them weren't focused on providing value. They only considered the money, and they assumed that the gravy train would continue in perpetuity. The ones who were wrong felt the sting of the short-term mindset. It may feel like you're going on at a snail's pace when you set up all these long-term plans. Waiting for the concrete to harden in your indie author business foundation takes longer than you'd think, but it's the best way to make sure you'll still be doing this in 5 years' time. Plan ahead and take things slow. You'll improve your attention span and grow your business by leaps and bounds in the years to come. And that will conclude today's podcast. To see a transcript of the show and to access other book marketing content, please visit www.authormarketinginstitute.com. You can also learn about our latest events for authors, or get access to our Author Marketing Academy Learning Center. And of course, become a member of the Author Marketing Club, a 25,000 plus author member community. That's www.authormarketinginstitute.com. All right, let's wrap it up for today. I'm Jim Kukrill, founder of the Author Marketing Institute, and we'll be back again for another show soon. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to leave us a review in iTunes and share the show with your author friends and communities. We would be grateful for your help in spreading the word. Bye for now.